Okay, to our guests, I want to say that I want to take this auspicious moment to thank you and to appreciate all that you have done in our school. Okay, I want to thank the entire team to have chosen our school. You know, it's a rare gesture. Given that you are busy and choosing our school to be your venue is kind of, you've shown some love to us. And all that you have given unto us, the play materials, the clothes, even toothbrushes I can see here. You know, your fame is not only going to reach here, but it's going to spread outside like a bushfire. Even the parents are going to appreciate. Seeing their things with their children with all these materials, I know they are really going to appreciate. And as you travel back, we just wish you Journey Mercies. And wherever you go, feel Kotieno, sing Kotieno, and remember us in Amen through writing.
Well, in Kotieno, when we were near Kisumu, you know, the children are so visible in this culture. They all wear uniforms. You know who the primary kids are. You know, I've seen purple, blue, green. Today I saw tan. These checked uniforms, and you know, our bus pulled up and they're just running towards the bus, and I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. And when we came out and they entertained us, every faculty member at the school took my hands, held me, hugged me, every children held hands. It was such a significant welcome. I was overwhelmed, and I did not have an expectation that we would be sung to. That was very emotive for me. I mean, I live my life in an emotional way. It's kind of how I'm guided, but I sat there and I really was teary-eyed, and I thought, oh, I hope they don't misunderstand this. I'm viewing this in a very fantastic and wonderful way. And I looked at my daughter, I looked at Cora, and I realized she was experiencing it the same way, and I thought, wow, this is, you know, a very, very special experience. And the discipline of those child, I think that was just both surprising to both Cora and I, probably to our faculty and our students. The precision with which they performed and completed tasks was very different. It almost felt church-like. There's a call and response, and you kind of get into these rhythms. And so that was very surprising. We were in a pretty rural area, and you know, I brought this child with blue eyes and blonde hair, and I think maybe my most significant moment of the day, I realized that some very small children had pulled her off, and they're surrounding her, and they're all, you know, touching her hair and touching her skin. And I asked her later that night, and she said, why, you know, I think that I'm the only person they've seen that looks like this. And of course, I'm sure she's right. I mean, I'm sure they've seen an advertisement or television or something, but not in the flesh, not in the flesh. And I said, so what were they doing? And she said, I think they just wanted to make sure that I'm just like them. And, you know, I was really touched by that experience. And I was also touched that Cora was like, yeah, go ahead. You know, my body's your body. And, you know, just petting her in a very affectionate way, very beautiful. So the schools were more than I could imagine. I think, too, Cora and I were talking about this, too, that and many of our UC students, that the children here have the same dreams. I had a primary school student tell me that she was going to be a botanist. You know, I mean, the very specific science fields, and we're talking about it later, and we said, you know, we have those same dreams. It's just that stairway to become those things is so much harder in Kenya. And I think that those extremes, you know, your life chances, your ability to be mobile, you know, in education, socially, those things are much harder, much more severe. I mean, I had students, I had teachers at the Eldoret school say, you know, I didn't have the funds to go on. You know, he said, it's very hard here to move ahead. How did you go to graduate school? And I'm thinking, well, I applied and they said, hey, you can come here and we'll pay. You know, and I just realized those kinds of opportunities are very, very different. So we have the same dreams, but very different methods to access those dreams and possibilities to access those dreams.